All right, Matt, coming back with another SafuuGO video. It's dead in the water. Let's get into it, folks. Right now, we got a good episode coming at you. So right here, you got the Yomp King, Bryan Legend, serial scammer right here. So he's saying, nope, SGO will be discontinued and be totally sunset and liquidity pool blacklisted without available trading after the successful launch of Yomp. So a couple failed launches, but Bryan made some money on it, and now he's pivoting to a new token, trying to get people excited. The people that are still liking him, that audience is dwindling down. So let's go ahead and look at worldwide riches. We ignored the red flags, which were slapping us in the face. We will be very lucky to get any kind of return on our Vulcan sacrifices. What the fudders were saying all along is actually how things have and continue to fall. At this point, I am 90% sure that Bryan is a scammer. Prado can do some good here, but don't expect miracles. We can make some good profit, but it'll take a lot to recover Vulcan losses. So some people, accusing like me of whatever, just being a stupid futter. But right here, you have, deck screener. You can see that it's crashed down to $37, $38. Now everyone's trying to get excited about Yomp. Everyone realizes SafuuGO is dead in the water now. We're here, Bryan saying the AI was too powerful and way too advanced. It needs to be lobotomized after the successful launch of Yomp. You can see some people doing clowns, trash, thumbs down, laughing. This is just like, you can't even be serious. It's like, I can't even believe. I mean, you can't even realize, are you making this stuff up? And so we'll pop into Discord here sometimes. Some people are leaving some good ideas about things to talk about sometimes, or different. The Greek DeFi guru. I'm yompish and intrigued. It's just right here. So I will always look after my loyal community. SGO holders will not be left in the dark, I assure you. One day later, this all sounds great, but what happens to SGO? For now, SGO will continue to operate as normal. It will be phased out after September 30th once the LP lock is unlocked. This will happen after the successful launch of Yomp. All SGO token holders will be provided added incentive. So you just can't make this stuff up. One day he's saying he's not going to hold you in the dark. Now he's just pivoting on to this new token, trying to another cash grab, man. He's going after it. And so the bonus is pointless because SGO holders will be forced to stake their tokens for at least 30 days. By then, Yomp will have crashed to zero. And then here he's talking about it's going to be sunset. The liquidity pool blacklisted, saying the AI was too powerful. That's just insane. So the fact that, we all know that artificial intelligence was BS. He had a smart contract that was, that you could, that you can modify on his own. All the warnings on Coin Market Cap and everything like that, and CoinGecko. And so the thing about Bryan is, if he's connected to the project publicly at all, like when there was the whole point on Change Now with Safuu, is they wouldn't list it on Change Now without a warning saying that their project is connected to Clever DeFi and Tags Exchange or Fetrova, or they're saying it was connected to, I think Fetrova and Clever DeFi. I'd have to go back and look at those messages. They got leaked, but he got really upset about that. So if he's publicly connected, all this stuff is going to be connected. The dots are connected, but he's got to use that branding because he's got enough people that somehow are blindingly following him. Yomp, the swap will be 1-to-1 plus bonuses. Everything's been, but the 1-to-1 will be locked and staked for at least 30 days. So it's pointless because by then the Yomp will be zero. So New is talking about that. So it's just crazy that, he's got a small following that'll still keep following him. SafuuGO's crashing. I haven't even looked at the Safuu. We'll take a look at Safuu. Let me know what you think. David saying about time too. He's celebrating, I guess, the downfall of SafuuGO. And then a lot of people that a lot of people have their money tied up in Vulcan, and they probably feel like that they'll never get it back right now. and Vulcan just on the back burner. Why Bryan Legend? I mean, my guess is that he'll never launch Vulcan. If he does, it'll be something pretty bad. It's hard to launch a layer one. Look at all these real layer ones that are real projects that are struggling to gain traction. And even Doge, even though Doge a meme coin, at least it's its own blockchain, but just a fork of Litecoin, which is a fork of Bitcoin. You have a lot of there's some really good projects with good teams that aren't scammers, and they're still struggling with their L1. So you know that if he ever does launch Vulcan, which I think there's a good chance he never does, because he realized, oh, I can just keep pivoting with a new new tokens, and I'll still have enough following that I'll still get enough liquidity that I can yank $1 million out of there. I mean, you can go and look at, oh, let's see. This is that treasury wallet. So I guess we need to go look at the 2728 address. So, I mean, even though there's still a lot of people are steering clear of this, he was still able to yank, $1 million, $2 million with this wallet to gate.io. And, the last 1 month, $1 million, and the last 3 months, $2 million. So that's a lot of money. So you're basically giving him exit liquidity to buy whatever he's buying, fund his stuff. I mean, what's going on with Vulcan? Probably nothing. What happened to all the Vulcan money? I don't see much of what's going on with the Vulcan money besides, he's got a nice house, and, you can't say what, you can connect the dots for yourself. You can see that, like, Prado, who has been his, they joke around that he's a lapdog for Bryan Legend, and now he's turned his back on it. You can see a lot more people. I have people that were pro Bryan Legend in my comments, and just the last week or two, they're starting to change their tune. You can see all the different lies being exposed: the lies about the fire pit, lies about his past projects, lies about the treasure hunt for Safu, lying about artificial intelligence, calling LP pools a partnership, taking those away, changing the game every 5 or 10 minutes. Brian's investor, here's David's chiming in. Brian's investor pool will surely run dry with all of his recent nonsense, alienating his entire YouTube supporter base, Prado, etc. Yeah, so it's, it doesn't seem like he cares. And, like right now, if you would have went in with Yomp, you know, it's just mind blowing. And he feels like he's got something that is going to be snazzy, and it's going to be a meme coin, and it's going to catch on. And if not, he'll just dump on the beginning. It'll be something similar to, SafuuGO, in my opinion. There'll be something where he gets the money early and then kind of keeps dumping for a month or two. And like people have said somewhere here in Discord, they're talking about, someone said, read this post. Let's see. I hope you guys realize what kind of man you've been defending, promoting, and shilling for over a year, and what kind of power you gave him. A psychopath, a serial scammer who has hit a level of fuckery that he doesn't even care and will rob everyone in broad daylight and laugh about it, probably gets off on it. You guys were his top assets and accomplices, and all these scams he did over the last year for what? Couple $1,000? Shame on you guys, and I hope you realize how many lives you guys wrecked just so you got thrown a few kickbacks and got flown around like sugar babies to another country. Without you guys, he never would have this kind of power that Safu scam would be done and dusted long back. But no, you guys lack integrity and probably sell your families for a few bucks. Shame on you. And this was to the Pradot, the king of Cuck of Dumbfi, and the Greek DeFi guru, and Faller 3. And so that was a message there. So, right now there's a lot of scams in crypto, and there's a lot of people that are, most scams, the person's anonymous. So Bryan Legend used to be Brian Saylor, changed his name. Right here, he's got visionary, entrepreneur, influence, investor, all those, old AMAs where he's got the cringy pictures of himself right here. He's got this magazine is like he's important. A lot of these you just pay. And I talked about earlier, the fake article where he's connected to Elon Musk. Someone sees that, maybe English is their second language. They're not real. Here's someone, I'm going to try to play this video here. Newer News got a suggestion for it. So we'll go ahead and a little 5-minute video. We'll go back to this. We'll go back here. We got to get the volume up. I think last time the volume wasn't good enough. So now we're going to play this little video that Newer News suggested.
The one thing I will say as well is what you have to know is he's got a lot of sales history as well. So he works in like companies with sales. He is a really good talker, and that's the problem. He can make you believe anything, and that's what's going on with every project he's done.
Yeah, because he has no training in anything. As much as he said, you know, I've got all these certificates. He dropped out of school when he was 17. You know, just had odd jobs. He hasn't got any formal training in anything. But yes, he knows how to talk. He could sell a fridge to an Eskimo.
How do you make money after 13 and a half years? You own the fire pit after 13 and a half years? No. As I mentioned already, we don't have keys to the fire pit, okay? We don't own the fire pit. That wallet is now owned by the blockchain. Nobody owns that wallet, the fire pit. It's dead. There's no keys, man. So no, it's not like we held the keys and in 13 and a half years we can dump a hell of a lot of token.
I just want to stop it real quick. You can see all the cringy. He's got 5 photos of himself in the background. And right here, you know, he's obviously, we all know that he was lying about the fire pit. So now let's go back and finish watching the video. We got about 4 minutes left.
No, that's not the way it works. It's literally a dead address.
People think, this has been often said, that you made your money off of everybody's back at Safuu last year. Give people a taste as to how you got to where you are before even crypto, and then you got into crypto, and then everything else has happened since then. But
yeah, well, I think you'll find a lot of information on the web by just Googling me anyway. There's a number of articles in magazines that have literally talked about it all. But in just a quick summary is, you know, I started crypto maybe 10 years ago now, I'd probably say, give or take. That's when I started the crypto scene. But before that, I had a multitude of successful businesses, including a search engine optimization business called Twilks Web Solutions, which, you know, I turned from literally nothing into, you know, a multi-million dollar business, and then used that to harness what it had in its own capability of delivering into crypto itself there as well. So I kind of transitioned that into crypto. But before that, I also had I used to just basically build businesses from scratch, internet businesses when I say this, and that would just be, and those businesses that
I'm sorry, Brian, we lost you for a second here.
All I was saying is back in the past, I had a search engine optimization business called Twilks Web Solutions. I ran it up to multi-millions of dollars. I then used that to leapfrog into crypto with its own brand, into Fitrova, which we all know didn't really go along the lines of what we wanted. And that was indeed a failure for Fitrova. That was a crypto business. But Twilks Web Solutions was definitely a brick and mortar business that had multiple employees running, and we had a lot of big accounts. And I started that from nothing. And prior to that, I had a lot of internet businesses that I would that I started and just kind of flipped. So together with what the whole phase was in the market, you know, and try to capitalize on that. So the same way as what I'm doing here with SafuuGO is AI is now the crave, and I'm trying to capitalize on that as well. So yeah, I've always had money before. Safuu, you know, it's not like I've made millions of dollars with Safuu there at all. You know, and SafuuGO is a testament to that fact, being that I'm not going to be issued with tokens, neither is the team. It's zero. So if this was at all like a cash grab of what those fudders would make you believe that I'm just doing this to try to line my own pockets, that's absolute nonsense. Because otherwise, I'd create tokenomics and issue me with millions of tokens so that I could dump on the market technically, which I'm not doing. Right. This SafuuGO is built for the community only.
Otherwise, from talking, he's pretty much an underachiever in every other aspect. So now what he has left, like in terms of his asset, he has his mouth, and then he has the ability to sell people on a story and not really be too mindful of the consequences on the back end of that story, as we can see from how the people from his previous projects have been treated by him and completely abandoned by him. So now that we have this brand new project where he is promising the world that all they have to do is buy this one token that inflates directly into their wallet and they're going to have financial freedom. Well, that's a complete sham, because factually speaking, the token is on its way to zero. We know that. And when it's going to go to zero, Bryan is going to find a way, based on his pattern of behavior from since he was a little boy, he's going to find a way to blame it on everybody else except Bryan Saylor turned Bryan Legend with the little situation.
All I got to say is, here's my point. Just one dickhead sold. Just one dickhead sold. You guys take from that what you need to.
Wait, so first. Yeah.
No, not even first. Just one dickhead sold, and you got this big ass red candle, right? One person. I'm not even going to say who that is, because I think we all can surmise who that was. But at this point, just one person sold.
All right. There's the video that we just watched that finished up. I mean, you put all that together, it's an amazing amount of craziness. It's a crazy amount of, let's just kind of see if anything else. Yeah, I mean, so right now, all the people there's people that were calling people like me or what On Chain did or Drew Wolfer FUD, and the price is bouncing back a couple bucks right now, but you can see this pivot. The writing on the wall for Yomp is already there. He's going to overpromise stuff, and then he's going to start talking about how everyone's going to be rich. He's going to be talking about how he's going to have an airport when he's going to have some kind of, Yomp Airlines or something, or it's going to be, I'm going to buy an airport. Look how rich you're going to be. There's going to be some shady stuff going on right at the launch. And if you're probably going to be able to track some of it down on the blockchain, like this 2728 address that's had $2 million over, 2 million, around 2 million, a little over, sent to gate.io. And so sorry about that. It's just mind boggling that, right now, I really appreciate making these videos. At least someone has the courage to call a scammer out in this space filled with shameless shills. So thanks for watching. Yeah, I feel like, it's kind of my duty a little bit. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I don't even plan on making a Bryan Legend video or anything connected to SafuuGO, and I wake up and then you see Yomp, or I wake up and I check the blockchain, like 4 days ago, and oh wow, another, what was that, $108,000, $110,000 at today's price on BNB was sent over to gate.io, and you can see that on Twitter he's saying one thing, and he's saying this thing, and then now he's trying to Vulcan blockchain, he's retweeting that, so people kind of feel like that Vulcan's still alive, and yet he's pivoting more than an NBA basketball player. Every 5 minutes, something new, something's changing. You go onto SafuuGO, and SafuuGO's Twitter is saying that they're not using the money for, they're using 100% of the Safuu taxes for SGO liquidity. But then the Safuu is sending money here, and it's going to gate.io. He had liquidity pools. He took them away. Now he's saying that the artificial intelligence is what? The AI was too powerful and way too advanced. It needs to be lobotomized after the successful launch of Yomp. So, Safuu died. SafuuGO is on its way to death right now. I hope no one, lost money. I hope people are able to recover their money. But with Yomp, Bryan, everything is this is 1 minute right here. So we're going to play this little video right here. Actually, let's see. Actually, I just downloaded it. I downloaded the video. And now I think I can actually just play the whole video. I'm going to try this real quick. Or we're branching out here. I'm going to try to boom, boom, boom. So,
all right. And Bryan Legend came up to me at the blockchain conference in Dubai before they got kicked out, right? And he actually said, oh, well, it looks like you're getting what you want. And I was like, what do I want, Bryan? And he said, well, they're kicking us out of the blockchain summit. And he was like, oh, and it's total BS. And I was like, well, why is it BS, Bryan? And he said, well, because everybody's called and said that we're scammers and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I mean, if the shoe fits, I guess you kind of got to wear it. So now Safu, I posted that 7 months ago. Let's look at Safu. Oh yeah, and this is another one that's recycling the same Ponzi over and over again, right? So Safu, let's say 7 months ago was like, it was actually like March, right? So I actually, oh my God, it was at $200. It's less than $2 right now. And I know everybody's like, oh, as long as it stays above $1, it doesn't matter because you're still profitable. No, that math only works out if you were in from day one, first off. Second off, it's only been operating for 7 months and it's getting real close to that dollar. And if you look at the chart, it's actually dipped below that dollar before. Here's 90 cents, 80 cents, blah, blah, blah. So it's not looking good. So what did Bryan Legend do? What any good Ponzi, protocol pivoter would do. And he pivoted them to the newest Ponzi, which is Safu X, right? Which is just literally forked the Binance Smart Chain and then added an auto rebasing layer on it. Utility. All right. So now let's move on to the next one.
All right. So there we go. That was the video. I think that works a little bit better if I download the file and then I can play the video. That way it's full screen. You can see it a little bit better. So it's just an amazing amount of stuff that is going on here with Bryan Legend, and he's just pivoting. It's another scam, and hopefully we can kind of spread the word a little bit. People make their own decision. They can watch my video. They can watch Drew Wolfer's video, On Chain's video. They can go into Discord. I got the link for the BrewedDeFi coffee and crypto. I got the link for that. So here's a really good one. Influencer calls Bryan. I'm just going to download that real quick. I'll download that real quick, and then that way we can get them full screen. That way people can see what's going on a little bit more. This is Oliver T calls them. Let's go ahead and add this to the show now. We'll go ahead and remove from studio. Okay. And then now I got to add this. It'll be a second here. Okay.
In like the hero and saved the day and said that he was taking over because the council was incompetent and that he was going to be taking over and he was going to be designing Safu V2 and that, now that he was in charge and he was the CEO once again of Safu, that everything was going to be good. And miraculously, the price has been pumping ever since Bryan came back as CEO. It's a miracle. Anyways, I don't like the fact that Bryan screwed a lot of people in the Safu community because I love the Safu community and I don't like that he hurt a lot of people. And the price pumping right now, I wish that it was benefiting all those people that got screwed, but honestly, it's only benefiting degens and professional investors because they're the only ones who know how to take advantage of an opportunity like that. So all those little people that were screwed, they sold their Safu and they're probably not buying back in. They just got screwed because they don't pay attention to their investments 24 hours a day like professional investors do. So Bryan is really only benefiting like a few degens and pros, and he's acting like he's like this benevolent savior. So, and if you ask, like, do I like Bryan or not? I honestly don't think about him. I think he's shown us time and time again that he's not an honest person. So, he doesn't care about any of us. That much I know. And hopefully he doesn't screw up Vulcan. If he puts his mind to it, he probably can find a way. So hopefully he chooses not to screw up Vulcan. I'll just put it that way. That's all I care to talk about Safu, because everything that's going on right now in Safu is smoke and mirrors. He's the one pumping it. Bryan is the one that's pumping the price. It's not organic in any way whatsoever. But if like even Tiki Barman sold in Safu, he was the number 3 wallet. He had 1.2 million tokens, and even he sold. So, and as far as I know, he has not bought back in. So a lot of people were screwed hard in Safu because of Bryan, and now he's swooping in like he's the savior. So that just gives you an idea of Bryan's character. If you didn't know it before, there you go.
All right, thanks for that video there. Well, so yeah, there's all these videos. You can see all these influencers. Someone wanted me to talk about the gambling. I did that in the earlier video. So we got those, those links there. Or, it's the previous video I did this morning, so I'm not going to really cover that in this video. But I guess that's about it. I just wanted to cover some of more of the price fall. Put some good videos for me to share into Discord. You can check out the BrewedDeFi, if you want to get some more information on Bryan Legend and some other scams. And so SafuuGO goes crashing. Bryan Legend is pivoting. It's the typical scam. And so it's just crazy that, you know, all this stuff is going on right now. He's scamming people. He's pivoting. You know, he's saying that how, you know, AI was too powerful, too advanced, blaming everything on the bots. The AI was too good. Now he's pivoting to a new token. Even some of his followers that have been strong are starting to fall off. And we just need to keep at this and let people know, and then they can make their own decisions. You know, they can come to their own conclusions, but it's not looking good. And, you know, I think that you really got to be super careful when you got someone like this that's a serial liar, which you can be, that's been proven. A bunch of my videos, even the videos I played today, you know, he's lying about the fire pit, the treasure hunt for Safu, Fetrova, just, I mean, everything. And so that's, a V3 would imply that Bryan failed twice in 2 months, which doesn't sit well with his huge ego. Hence, the name changed to Yomp. It's all smoke and mirrors, folks. That's all I got for this live stream. Thanks for joining me. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll be back later. And we'll just keep trying to let the people know about this. And hopefully someday these scams will stop and people will stop losing money and paying for someone else's mansion. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.